Hey guys, HDV here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got some pretty important information to go over. We have some new potential trailer leaks to go over for Pokemon Legends ZA. We also have some Nintendo Switch 2 updates and also some big updates regarding the Teraleak of Game Freak. A lot of things to break down today, so if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below. It's trying to hit 500 likes, leave a comment, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, let's quickly go over the new Nintendo Switch 2 updates. So this is a post from Nintendo Life saying the Nintendo Switch 2 GameCube controller compatible with other games, but there may be some issues. So obviously this is a new product that you can get for the Nintendo Switch 2 to coincide with the release of kind of like the GameCube games coming out on the Nintendo Switch 2, like Wind Waker, Colosseum, Gale of Darkness, stuff like that. Which is really cool because, in my opinion, this is one of the best controllers ever made. I absolutely love the GameCube controller. The only issue is we thought it was only going to be usable for those GameCube games, and obviously this is quite a pricey item as well. It's like $60-$70, but apparently it's going to be useful for other games as well. So let's take a look at this article posted on Nintendo Live saying Switch 2 GameCube controller compatible with other games, but there may be some issues, Nintendo confirms. So there have been some concerns raised about the compatibility of the new wireless GameCube controller with other games on the Nintendo Switch 2. So we reached out to Nintendo to ask about the specifics. So firstly, this controller is primarily designed to use with the GameCube Classics collection, which is tied to the Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack membership tier and can be used as an optional way to relive those retro titles. If you do want to use this gamepad with other games on this platform though, there may be some issues, but it will still apparently be compatible. So we asked if the triggers on this particular wireless controller were analog, but did not get an answer about this. So Nintendo Life popped the question to Nintendo saying, can you confirm if the new Nintendo Switch GameCube controller will work on the original Nintendo Switch and if it will be usable with games outside of the Nintendo GameCube Classic Games app? So Nintendo replied saying the Nintendo GameCube controller is designed for use with Nintendo GameCube Nintendo Classics collection of games and is an optional way to play those games. Since it doesn't have all the buttons and features found in other controllers that can be used with the Nintendo Switch 2 system, there may be some issues when playing other games. The Nintendo GameCube controller can only be used on the Nintendo Switch 2 and is not compatible with the Nintendo Switch 1. So you can't use this controller on the Switch 1. You can use it for other games, but because it doesn't have all the buttons that the Nintendo Switch 2 Joy-Cons and Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller has, you might run into some issues. You know, if you need a specific button to be able to do something in a specific game and the Nintendo GameCube controller doesn't have that, then you're obviously stuck. As noted by Nintendo, this controller will only be compatible with the Nintendo Switch 2 and won't work with the original system. Fortunately, you can still hook up wired GameCube controllers to the first system using the GameCube controller adapter. According to Nintendo's official website, this adapter is also compatible with the Nintendo Switch 2. Along with this, Nintendo is making various controllers forward compatible, such as the original Joy-Con and Pro controller, even with Switch 2 exclusive games, but not all functions and features may necessarily work. You can find out more in our existing coverage here on Nintendo Live. So it's a bit of good news, to be fair, because I for one just thought it was only going to be usable on Nintendo GameCube games, but the fact that you can use this potentially to some extent on other games, at least it's something. I mean, I'd still gonna get the Switch 2 Pro controller because you can use that on everything, as opposed to this where you can only use it on some things. But at the end of the day, it's still cool that you're gonna be able to use this potentially for like other games and stuff like that. Coming up next, we have some updates regarding the Teraleak. This was posted a few days ago, only just getting round to going over it now because of all the Gen 10 leaks and stuff that we've been covering. But this is quite interesting. We've got this post here from Game Rant saying new reports indicate that Nintendo is currently trying to discover the identity of the hacker behind the notorious Pokemon Teraleak in 2024. So this was the post on Game Rant saying Nintendo trying to find the Pokemon Teraleak hacker. So Nintendo recently asked a court in California to force Discord to unveil the identity of the hacker behind the Pokemon Teraleak, a major leak which affected multiple Pokemon projects last year. This massive leak revealed a lot of information about previous and future Pokemon titles, and it seems that Nintendo is after the person responsible for the hack. So the Pokemon Teraleak happened in October 2024, and it was the largest Pokemon-related hack in Nintendo's history. The leak shared details about unreleased content in early Pokemon games, as well as sensitive details regarding yet unreleased games from the franchise. Personal information from employees and financial records were also present in the leak, which allegedly even included the source code for Pokemon Legends EA, which was not unveiled by the hacker. So now, a subpoena document submitted to the US District Court for the Northern District of California via Polygon has revealed that Nintendo is after the hacker responsible for the massive Pokemon Teraleak, as the company requested that Discord reveal their identity. Known as Game Freak Out, this Discord user is being accused of sharing materials obtained in illegal ways with fans using the platform. The documents were filed on April the 18th and request the name, address, phone number, and email address of this user. The subpoena does not clarify whether Nintendo will pursue a case against the hacker behind the Pokemon Teraleak, though in the past, Nintendo has sued leakers, taking $150,000 from each of the two users responsible for the Sword and Shield Strategy Guide League back in 2019, but there are no guarantees that the same will happen again. I mean, it definitely will. Like, this person has leaked information about ZA, Generation 10, all of the cut content from all of the previous games. This was the biggest hack that's ever happened to Pokemon. To think that they're not going to prosecute them is just absolutely wild. And then it says, Nintendo requests that Discord reveal the identity of the Pokemon Teraleak hacker. So while the Pokemon Teraleak was a huge problem for Nintendo, it offered fans a chance to dig deep and discover interesting information about old games when it was unveiled. The leak had early Pokemon Yellow sprites, for example, which dated back to 1998 and were not used in the final version of the game. The leak also revealed some upcoming projects planned by Game Freak. One of the most noteworthy details revealed by the hack was the existence of a multiplayer game codenamed Pokemon Synapse. The title would allegedly look like Splatoon and would feature players battling against each other in matches. Pokemon Synapse has not been confirmed since then, however, and details about its gameplay as well as whether the project is actually still being developed are still unknown to the Pokemon community. And then of course it's also leaked all of the Mega Evolutions for Legends EA, all of this stuff about Generation 10, like it's been a bit of a crazy leak. But we actually have an update as well regarding this by Teraleak, saying, just so you guys know how ugly this can get, the Teraleak hacker made an open threat in the Discord. I think that Discord's been closed down now, I'm not 100% sure about it, but basically they said that they made the threat in chat that they would dump everything if Nintendo came after them. And by everything, they mean, I assume everything. So the Legends ZA source code, the Gen 10 source code, everything could get leaked. Nintendo are going after them now. So maybe that's why all this Gen 10 stuff's popping up, the Legends EA stuff's popping up, who knows? But this person's, I mean, it'd be stupid of them to do it, but it sounds like they're going to do it. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens, but that is just something to kind of take into account that, you know, we could be getting this game completely leaked before it even comes out. But anyway, that's all the Teraleak stuff. Wanted to cover that because it's pretty interesting information. Moving on, I wanted to go over this Nintendo Switch 2 update. It's been revealed all of the games that are going to be getting a free upgrade for the Nintendo Switch 2 so far. This is confirmed by Nintendo. This isn't a rumor or anything like that. It was posted by a Hylian hero saying list of every Nintendo Switch game with a free Nintendo Switch 2 upgrade. So you do not have to pay for this upgrade. You do have to pay for things like Legends EA, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, stuff like that. But for these games, they are going to be free updates. It also means they're not going to be as good as the paid versions because we're getting it for free. But anyway, 51 worldwide games getting an update. ARMS is getting an update. Big Brain Academy, Brain vs. Brain getting an update. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker getting an update. Game Builder Garage getting an upgrade. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe getting an upgrade. Of course, as we know, Pokemon Scarlet, Pokemon Violet getting that free update. Hopefully solves all these massive issues that the Generation 9 games has, but who even knows at this point. And then also Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury getting a free update. Super Mario Odyssey getting a free update. The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening getting a free update, and then also the Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom getting a free update as well. I assume they're doing Odyssey just because we haven't had a new Mario game announced. It's been Donkey Kong instead. And then, yeah, the Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, Echoes of Wisdom getting one's really cool as well. So it's a good roster, honestly. A solid list of games. A lot of big hitters like Zelda, Mario, Pokemon, all getting these free updates for the Nintendo Switch 2. Very happy times. Yeah, excited to see how they're going to run on the Nintendo Switch 2 system. Finishing things off, though, we have some pretty big potential Legends EA trailer leaks to cover. This was a 4chan post, but it coincides with what Moot has been saying in Discords and stuff. So this very likely could be true if Moot is to be believed. And again, Moot is the person that's been dropping all this Gen 10 information. And this posted way back on the 27th of April. So this was before Moot posted this in different Discords and stuff like that. But like I say, still take it with a grain of salt, but this very well could be true. It is about the next Legends EA trailer, so obviously if you don't want to know about it, because it potentially could be true, like it's got quite a lot of stuff right in this 4chan post, then obviously click away. But again, we don't know if this is true or not. But either way, let's take a look at it. So it says Gaia, posted by Anonymous. So the Gaia anime has a new male main character. So this was already revealed. We already knew this. So even though they've got this right, I think we actually covered this recently. The male is going to be a male protagonist in Generation 10's anime. That's also been confirmed along with the kind of Zero Aura in the Mega Voltage arc as well. The next trailer for ZA has no new Mega Evolutions, but it shows Professor Mabel and it also shows Emma. So Emma being maybe the new looker in this game, who knows, and then Professor Mabel. So Mabel apparently from Team Flare to the new Professor, not in jail for whatever reason, is what it is. She's just getting the new job as a professor. I don't even know how that works, but it's Pokemon. But the big thing is that it shows no new Mega Evolutions. So we got a trailer last February. We got a trailer this February. We got a trailer in the Nintendo Switch 1 Direct. We got a trailer in the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. So that's 4 trailers with no new Mega Evolutions. And then apparently the 5th trailer is also going to have no new Mega Evolutions, which is just absolutely wild. It's beyond crazy. I cannot believe that we're not potentially going to see a new Mega Evolution within 5 trailers. Like, we know there's a lot of new Mega Evolutions in this game. They're obviously waiting for like a really, really hype trailer to do it, but like the game's going to be coming out soon and they have to show something. Like, fair enough, they're not going to show the starters and everything like that, but I don't know, Pokemon like Victory Bell or Starmie or whatever. I don't know, like, why are they not showing these Mega Evolutions? But anyway, that's apparently going to be in the next trailer. And then the first Pokemon of Generation 10 starts with an A, and it is a furry Pokemon. And then the gimmick is you give them an item that allows them to pray to a god. Each Pokemon can pray to one of those gods and receive a buff. Again, I'm not sure if this was posted before the Moot information. This was posted a few days ago. I think it was posted afterwards, but again, this could even be Moot posting this. I don't even know. It's an anonymous post on 4chan, so we don't even know. 32 Pokemon are in tune more with these gods and receive stronger buffs / form changes. There are 41 currently proposed Pokemon to be added to the 32, only like a few added. And then they say some of them are like K7, so like Kommo-o, M1, like Magneton. This is obviously what Moot has posted as well. So this very well could be Moot, or they're just taking information that Moot has said from a Discord. But anyway, this is from Moot, I assume anyway. So very, very interesting. And then of course we'll take a look at what Moot said as well, which kind of adds validity to this sort of 4chan post. So Moot apparently saw a ZA trailer. The trailer is focused on returning characters in Legends ZA. So we're probably going to see Sycamore in this. We might see obviously Mabel. We'll probably see Emma, like I say, just as that 4chan post stated. I'm trying to think of other characters that we probably could see. Maybe Lysander could be back, maybe Kalem, Serena, the Rivals, maybe some of those characters are back. Who even knows? And then it says Mabel, the professor, and Emma, the person who gives you missions, will be in the trailer. So apparently these 2 characters are going to be in the trailer, which again is exactly what this 4chan post has said. So again, I assume this 4chan post has taken this information from a Discord server that Moot is in or something. This is a different Discord server that I'm in that Moot's not in. And this is just kind of like a roundup of that information. So that's why I know that this 4chan post obviously has either taken it from Moot or taken it or posted it before Moot, who even knows. But anyway, Mabel the Professor, Emma the person will be in the trailer. The box art shows the main character and 10% Zygarde on a building. So it's going to be similar to the Legends Arceus box art, where we've got the protagonists and then we've got like the Pokemon around them, and then they're kind of steering off into the distance. So this box art shows the main character and a 10% Zygarde on a building. So they might be looking out into the distance, who knows? And then it says the trailer doesn't reveal any new Mega Evolutions. So this is, again, a little bit more information that was posted on the 4chan post, but this is apparently all going to be in the next trailer. This doesn't sound like a very exciting trailer to me, because every trailer we get that doesn't show a new Pokemon or a new form or a new Mega Evolution, it's just going to piss people off even more, because how can you go 5 trailers into a game and show us not really a lot? Like, I get that the real-time battling is obviously a big feature. They've showed the city. They're going to show a couple of returning characters. But they also haven't showed, like, people want... Like, the characters are important, obviously, but people are more bothered about the Pokemon. And to get hyped for this game, they need to start showing these new Mega Evolutions. We know that there's like 20-odd Pokemon that are going to get Mega Evolutions. They could literally drop one in each trailer and still have like 18 to showcase when the game drops. I don't know why they're not doing it. I hope this is untrue, but this is coming from Moot. So I guess if Moot gets this wrong, then it means that the Generation 10 stuff is probably wrong as well. But the fact that we're not getting a Mega Evolution in this trailer means that the trailer is going to be probably relatively soon, because it's not going to show anything crazy. But I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on this. Are you happy or annoyed about this kind of trailer concept? Let me know your thoughts on it. We, again, apparently not getting a release date. They haven't said anything about that, but we are getting the box art. I mean, the box art usually get with the release date. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But let me know your thoughts on that. And then also let me know your thoughts on the Teraleak stuff, and then also the GameCube controller stuff as well for the Nintendo Switch 2. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like. Let's try and hit 500. Like I say, leave a comment, subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell for daily Pokemon content. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and until next time,